find out. We're headed into game number 2. Well, I know as far as this crowd goes, they definitely want to see Navi for him.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
I think so.
is under
Maybe even
attack.
put the treads for it. And Ditya Ra just moving onto the jungle. No, he can't really do that much in lane. And Timber's not the greatest at pushing tower. He can creep skip, but that's about all that he can pose as a threat.
Dendi has Arcane Rune plus Sonic Wave. So he's going to trigger the Arcane Rune for the moment. 150 mana cost Sonic Wave. SoNNeikO, don't walk into the blades. But Mind Control is having a great time. SoNNeikO will leave a nice observer board behind. He understands that Mind Control is alone. But there's no real gank that's going to come in the way of Mind Control. As we've been saying, like, they can't kill him off.
Kill on top on artstyle.
If they can wrap around, yep, artstyle, they're just done. JerAx and neighborhood too. Snowball forward, all the stuns they require. Artstyle, well, okay, maybe not. They required more. Dendi also TP'd himself up to be involved in this. But Liquid bailed out quickly.
Yeah, artstyle's build very good, just very defensive with the casual belt and the magic stick to survive that burst damage. Surprised he didn't die, but I guess that's what happens when you set up there. He's free level 5 on him.
FATA's going to contest the top room with his exorcism coming down. JerAx, okay, Dendi has to blink away. He wanted to wait for that 8-minute rune, so we get something if he rotates back off the top lane.
They really need the level 6 on the Beastmaster before they can really make moves. There's some plays coming up from the Tusk, but really the lockdown I think is going to be their main tool of initiation.
It's been difficult to get that level 6 over on
Yeah.
just because SoNNeikO's been such a disruptive force. But then SoNNeikO is now tanking up the bottom lane, also finding a little bit of farm of his own. They're trying to get his level 6 middle lane. FATA initiation comes in, but with double Spirit Strike, so quick onto Dendi and artstyle. Snowball's coming forward, is headed over towards Dendi, but they don't go up the hill with the snowball. They're caught on the ground, and now for the crowd, FATA, the Sonic Waves committed, and say goodbye to your death prophet again. 2 kills coming in the way of Navi, and both of them have been over on FATA, and this is the power of the Navi lineup. Now they can push into the tier 1 tower, but the power of the Liquid lineup, the counter push comes in from Mind Control.
I'm not sure if that was planned by Dendi or not to make them
To sit on the edge of the cliff?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think the snowball might have just expired before then, as opposed to it shattering onto Queen. But still, that's the ideal scenario for him.
Back to that moment, just stand in front of the arrow, just stand in front of the arrow, stand in front of the arrow.
And the ice shot was slightly off the mark and push him out instead. If they had caught him inside that, he would have definitely died.
Alright, so we're 10 minutes in with 3 kills on the board so far. No heavy pushing. FATA's first exorcism committal did a little bit of chip damage to that tier 1 tower in mid.
So that just forced the farm very safely. They really need this mid T1 down if they want to regain control of their own nations. Right now it's kind of a hotly contested territory.
Well, that's because Navi understand that MATUMBAM, he needs that flash farm. And looks like Liquid are going to flip themselves inside the pit. The question is, will Navi ready for this, or can they actually go for a trade-off? They don't really have the fastest Roshan line up unless you can commit exorcism. And that's in fact exactly what they do.
The Wolves are going over there, but at the exorcism there is no way they can fight. They'll scout it out, it'll be at about 20%.
They actually have a sentry. They have a sentry a little bit further to the south.
Maybe the
okay, the cleave with the Manila actually took out the Wolves, so they can't steal it there. But General's trying to apply the pressure towards top lane, and who is that? It's going to be FATA coming in on the back of his exorcism. So tier 2 tower on the top lane will be defended. Liquid don't have to go to the trade.
They still have way better mobility on Navi. They can fight in this window where the exorcism is down. Aegis did go the way of Sven. Sven does have a blink, but he's not really in fight-ready condition at around half HP. Not enough sustain.
We have massive props right now to Navi support. As far as finding levels, it's also because Navi made sure they got the space. But you look at the difference between it. It's 7 and 9 versus 9 and 10 for the supports. You've almost got that level 2 swap over on artstyle, and because they also gave space to SoNNeikO, and SoNNeikO has such great rotations, you're looking at that extra money coming in, that second level of track.
And artstyle looking to build that very tanky Vengeful Spirit, going for that Crimson Guard again, and he almost has a complete.
He's got so much money.
Under
As opposed to
attack.
Navi supports, they're very well balanced.
General. I'm not quite certain if this is really a creep skip when he summons up that early, but the bottom lane gets pressured in. They attack into the tier 1 tower. Fortification is not available for Liquid, so they know they're going to lose this one. The ping actually comes from Liquid to the tier 2 towers, but SoNNeikO is already there waiting. So MATUMBAM TP's in, FATA is here. They can just track up on MATUMBAM, and they keep track of what's going on. Even the mid tier 1 tower is being attacked by just the catapult wave that's there. And then, there it is, General, creep skipping out the top. So, no matter where Liquid look, no matter where Liquid want to fight, it just seems like Navi is just in a better position. General kind of needs to get himself out of here, however, because Mind Control is on the run. And now starts his TP. Well, a stun would be useful, but is not available.
He'll have his heals very soon. I think he's already coming out on Chicken, so that play won't be possible, and the nation probably has to be very careful about that.
SoNNeikO has a small little opportunity here. You'll see MATUMBAM just walking over the river. And like it, yeah, it's like, okay, he's going to cross the river. You come into our territory. Our style, swapping his teammate in, so yes, you get close enough to the swap. You can also however, now is the right. JerAx being close. And he can't pull the Mind Control. He's got a big spin with the chain out. They're doing terrible damage to Navi at the moment. Even the Raw is keeping the bounty hunter out of this plague. Maybe Navi's actually, yes, he will go down. He'll give the gem over and Navi lose 4. That's triple kill for FATA. Mind Control with a perfect spin and FATA having all the time in the world after that Yule went off. Just let the Exorcism do its work.
That was huge plays by FATA. He stopped the Lycan from finishing off the Sven, and he also silenced Dendi so that Dendi couldn't get a Sonic Wave off and burst down that very low HP Sven, allowing Sven to get off his armlet again and almost walking away to safety.
Team Liquid. They don't have the greatest push line now with Exorcism going down. And the next rows have also timed out. But they still take great fight and a tier 2 tower to follow it up. And the gem steal.
It was a nice fight going to
Sven can't just push out the bottom lane, which is probably his desire as well.
Kuro looking for an easy kill. It is a little bit awkward that he's controlling his boar and his hawk at the same time. That makes it very obvious that there's usually a hero there. Most of the time it's microed separately.
Is Liquid confident enough they can go inside the pit? Or do they even need to? Because it kind of gives an opportunity for Navi to potentially counter into them.
I think they can. Their team fight's way stronger. Exorcism around the pit as long as Death Prophet stays alive for 6-7 seconds, gets a couple of seconds off, or Sven's in the front line. I don't think Navi can take a fight to them. They're pretty close in terms of net worth, but they have just absurd amounts of armor on Liquid.
Mind Control can TP himself down now if he wishes to. There's no bounty hunter to mess with him this time around. And Liquid, they are 3-man smoke. The jump forward, actually looking for an illusion only. And MATUMBAM's already committed to this Storm Bolt. And SoNNeikO gets the track over on JerAx. So they start getting some vision towards Roshan. Same with the Lycan Wolves. They get scattered out other ways. Now FATA finding out stuff, starting with that Cypher support, MATUMBAM blinks himself forward, and Navi, yep, they understand. Artstyle is dead, accept the fact, and move on.
And both teams addressing the T3 issue at the top, Mind Control and the Nation Province at a standoff in the top lane. Both heroes can get to that fight, so one hero is just waiting for the other.
And here it is from Liquid. They don't even need to commit Exorcism because there's no pressure coming in from Navi, and they have enough damage that they will work through Roshan. The trade-off is the tier 1 tower mid lane, which Dendy was able to claim. And a little bit of chip damage coming out from General towards that top tier 3 tower. But Roshan now belongs to Liquid. Question is, what do they now do with the Aegis of the Immortal?
Try and look for team fights. Navi should try and dodge and split push. I don't know how Lycan's going to get involved in these fights. At some point, he's going to need
a lot of one way. Koro finds Ditya Ra walking into his hands with an extra block. He can't actually have enough mana to get the ultimate off. So you can say goodbye to Lycan. He brought up his assault KuroKy's recipe. Plus the chainmail before death, so there's no money on the Lycan for a buyback. This is a 52-second window. He should be okay because of the pressure being applied through top lane, but Liquid may not care. They're coming in for that tier 3 tower. There's no fortification available from Navi, and there is available from Liquid, and with Exorcism not being able to use for Roshan, Liquid are just going to melt through this mid-rank.
Yeah, there's God Strength, there's Inner Beast, there's Exorcism. How do you compete with this split push?
Deep coming back down on the top. They're coming back defense to the top lane as well. General, he's going to get caught now, so he'll die up there. Meanwhile, FATA and MATUMBAM, they do all the work on the bottom of the sun from MATUMBAM. MATUMBAM will return it with his own Storm Bomb. You've taken out 2 melee sets of ranks. Now, can they get out of this one scot-free? Swap's available from artstyle with that level 2, but he's just not in range. The ball from the Beastmaster slowing him up so he cannot reach FATA. And then FATA turns for the double silence. Have they got any kind of stun, any kind of stable? No, they don't. The 2 people he silenced are the 2 people with the stuns.
Outplayed by FATA. And I think earlier in the panel we talked about, oh, there's a couple of heroes that you can, carries that you can first pick, and a lot of teams have been experimenting with the first pick Lycan, but Liquid seem to have developed a perfect strategy to deal with the Lycan. Lycan can't hit anyone. He can try it on Timbersaw. He has tons of armor.
JerAx.
KuroKy.
Okay, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to. Cropper's going to TP over as well. They commit the drum charges with a scrap. JerAx will be caught. The Orc gets there, so he can't snowball himself out of this one. Even with the extra track of MATUMBAM, they could have thought about going a little bit harder, but there's no way for Navi to know what is behind.
He was there before with just brown boots and some support items. Now he has Blink and Arcane. And Mind Control with a Sight.
Starts moving up. That Hawk. Kuro gets a glimpse of SoNNeikO. SoNNeikO quickly blinks up, and now they actually find the Timbersaw. You can track him up. Prophet, he's starting his TP over as well. So they think about going a Mind Control, but that new side of Mind is going to go to work. Not to mention the wall from Kuro. Catching down the back line, and he's gone. They lost the Queen of Pain. They lost the magical burst aspect. There's no way to get the Mind Control. And with the rest of the heroes coming over from Liquid, MATUMBAM looking to clean through the bank in a man in 1 streak, but it's just a buyback. They just had the money, they just had the manpower. Team Liquid will just keep walking all over Navi, catching down inside the river, spinning him around, drop him down. Ditya Ra is gone, and the last player being chased. It's MATUMBAM versus artstyle up on the top lane. Where's an armor toggle? There's still the Aegis Immortal, but artstyle's got no chance. 5-hero wipe in favor of Team Liquid. You did buy back once, and you did lose that Beastmaster, but still, now you go for the mid lane, and it looks like they can just go for, well, they can't go for the top lane, because the tier 2 tower's still there, so they just go for the GG. Isolate artstyle, he's hacked the stuff, Kuro's on top of him. This could be it for Navi. They're losing too many players. SoNNeikO can come back into the fight. But the rest of Liquid are on their way to the double buyback from Dendi as well as SoNNeikO. So the tier 4 towers are under siege. Dendi does have Sonic Wave up. He doesn't have his BKB for the 15 seconds. He doesn't really even have an opening.
This game quickly spiraled out of control, but Navi no solution to the mass team fight coming up from Liquid.
They are really almost ending this game. 8 seconds until the Lycan is alive. Handed over on the Prophet. If they lose any more heroes, it's just like that. There it is. Quick picks and GG. Navi are eliminated and Team Liquid will advance themselves through into the next round when they get to battle up against Fnatic.
Team Liquid.
Still a pretty good run from Navi, but Liquid showing why they're many people's picks for top one in this tournament.
Yeah, they are such an amazing team,